Ooh, roll 20.
Don't be silly. We're not playing on Roll20.
Weird. Because it kind of looks like we are.
Guess you're wrong again.
Or am I not wrong?
Exactly. Whenever you're wrong, he will die.
That's what it means to be a superhero.
Yeah, I was totally talking about the superheroes.
Oh, sweet. They do have a sheet for Roll20. I was wondering.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
You didn't have to appeal this time.
Nope, I didn't have to have somebody make it.
Also, Saint Guard, if you've been talking, you have been muted.
I haven't been talking. I haven't had a reason to currently.
Ha! He said he didn't want to talk to you.
Oof. Wow.
Big oof,
Damn.
big mood.
Big oof. Not mood, just oof. No mood there. I'm trying to... I was looking at all the playbooks and being like, what should I play? Because I've played three different Masks characters before. So.
I've never
Might I
played.
suggest El Toro?
You want me to play the bull?
I mean, sure. We always need one. We need one hard-headed bruiser at least.
I mean, the three I've played a Janus. I played a protege, and I played the last person I played, as I sang in chat, was a delinquent. Though that was for a My Hero Academia Masks game, which was interesting.
That does sound interesting. I want to play the brain because super suit.
Wait, who's GMing?
I am.
Yeah, I was like.
No, I just want to. I just want to play. Like,
oh, the brain's great.
This has been one of those games where I'm like, guys, I really want to like play in a game because I don't get to do it very often, and this would be one of those games I want to play. And anytime I have a chance to play, people are like, I only want to do fantasy, and so.
I get you. I would GM like a lot of games if I had time.
Yeah, time is a real.
I'm already GMing like. I already play in 2 other games in or 3 other games in GM2, so. Because I started a Cyberpunk game after like basically my mouse guard game going on hiatus, so.
Cyberpunk sounds fun.
It's Karma in the Dark. It's so. We're doing
Cyberpunk
World Creation next week.
Cyberpunk in general.
Yeah. Exactly. So. Latex. I love it.
I'm hyped to try out any powered by the Apocalypse system because all of the games I've seen run by this always look neat.
I've played quite a few of them, so they're some of my favorites.
Yeah. I like the breakaway from D20 systems where you stop being dependent on Nat 20 means I win, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I'm only in the 6... This because it's my 6th game a week. In my 6 games a week, I only am in 1 D&D game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because my other ones are like...
We're not gonna talk about D&D games on Mondays because It's gonna bring up
That's-
tense feelings because that's what this one used to be, and we're not going back down that rabbit hole.
That's why I was gonna bring up the Stars Outnumber games I'm in instead, because I have 2 of those.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
That
that
system looked fun.
Stars Without Numbers looks like a real fun system too. We're playing Star Wars on Friday. We found a 5th edition conversion, which looks neat. It looks very promising.
Why don't I'm like, there are like 5 different Star Wars systems, and they're all good. Like,
nobody wanted to fuck with the dice of.
Oh my god, the dice is the easiest part to understand in the Fantasy Flight Star Wars system.
Yeah.
They're the easiest part of the game to understand. The only reason I don't like that system is not because the dice are great. I don't like it because of the class and talent system and the gear system.
Yeah,
But-
I mean that's also a thing too, because it's like when I looked at it, it's like everybody's just kind of everything.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how you... It actually does depend on if you play Edge of the Empire, or Age of Rebellion, or Force and Destiny.
Yeah.
If you don't want everyone being Jedi, then you just don't play Force and Destiny, and it makes it much easier.
Yep.
Just play Edge of the Empire instead. Or play Scum and Villainy, which is not Fantasy Flight Star Wars, and it's a Blades hack. So... Well, it's a Forge in the Dark game. It's not a Blades hack.
That's what it was. Scum and Villainy. I was trying to remember
Yeah.
this. I was trying to remember the system I found or I listened to for a one-shot, where basically one person playing a coked out Ewok one-shot a Dark Jedi.
That's awesome.
Scum and Villainy is
I love that.
wonderful. I recommend it to most people. I wouldn't say everyone, because I don't recommend any system to everyone. It's not everyone's gonna like every system.
Not everyone's gonna
My-
like every system, but I encourage people to at least try it.
Yeah.
My cousins have the Edge of the Empire. Like, we should totally play it. I'm like, yeah, sure. And then we never talk about it.
That sucks, because Edge of the Empire is pretty good. Yeah, but for Power by the Apocalypse, I played a bunch of different ones. Because I've done Apocalypse World itself, Dungeon World, Masks, Monster Hearts, Urban Shadows. I've done... I did a one-shot of the Sprawl, which was a time. It's a thing that exists. That's all I'll say about it.
It's a
It's a thing. Like, it's a game.
I'll be right back.
okay.
It's a game in which, like, it's like playing Blades, but without the parts outside the missions, which doesn't work super well because you want to do, you know, downtime stuff.
Yeah.
So that's a problem. But yeah, so I've done a bunch of PBTA stuff. So.
And since you're actually pretty veteran at this, I'll probably be leaning on you a lot to help for this, because
Totally.
I've watched like a tutorial. I've done a little bit of reading, but this will be my first stint into playing it too, outside of watching people play it.
Yeah, just don't ever roll dice, and don't do what James D'Amato did, which is saying what move you're gonna make before you make it, because as a GM, you never name the move you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Because everything flows from the fiction. Just don't do it. It's very easy not to do it. Very easy. Like, it. That was the thing when like every single. There's a reason the One Shot podcast he doesn't do Power of the Apocalypse games on the One Shot podcast. It's because he is incapable of GMing them, which is just. I'm just like, yeah. It'll be interesting what we end up choosing playbook-wise, and for people who've never played the game before, I actually recommend choosing one of the playbooks from the original game, and not any of the other ones, because the other ones are like... The other ones have additional bits to them that can make things much more complicated for you. But, you know, it depends. Like, I would not recommend anybody play a soldier if they've never played the game before. Or
The
like
soldier.
or joint.
The soldier is the Aegis one, right?
Yeah, they're from Aegis, yeah.
Yeah. That
Soldier and Brain are both Aegis. Soldier's super cool. It's just like
You're Winter
like,
Soldier, basically, right?
You're like like Winter Soldier. God, who else? There are a few others. Like people who work for like a shield-like organization.
Hmm.
Superheroes, specifically superheroes, work for like that organization. And one of the things you can basically just be Captain America.
Nice.
Because like half of the soldier moves are just Captain America quotes.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean,
And you can of course get super strength and durability in a signature weapon. So you can just be like, yeah, I'm Captain America.
I mean, that's fine. I've played Captain America in a Pathfinder game before, and it works out fine. So
yeah. The brain can be pretty good. Just the brain, you have to remember your shame. Always remember your shame. Reformed's cool. Reform's like Legacy, but it's the villain side rather than the hero side.
yeah. I saw the Innocent also looked neat. Like that one immediately had my interest. That's just the fat kid from Deadpool. It's like you're gonna grow up to be a douchebag. So
yeah, the Innocent's very interesting. It's like the Harbinger, except the Harbinger is just Trunks from Dragon Ball Z.
Yup. I saw that too. I was like, they even gave him a sword. Oof.
Yeah.
Big oof.
So guys, I'm gonna be the Harbinger, and my name is Pants.
Considering every single one of those like characters, what is it? Every human character is named after pants of some sort or underwear.
No, it was clothing in general.
Clothing in general, right? I was trying to remember which. I was like,
yeah, all the humans in Bulma's family are clothing, and all of the Saiyans are vegetables.
Yeah, so all the Saiyans are vegetables. Yeah,
Not just a vegetable, a root vegetable.
Yeah, a root vegetable, because you got like Piccolo and stuff. So
yeah.
But
No.
I saw a bird kick its ass.
Kick its ass.
I always like the one where it's like, you have to think about saving Vegeta. My planet, the sun, or me. Yes!
God, Dragon Ball Z Abridged is always classic.
Okay, so Shay is still not here, so I can't get started.
That's a problem. I might do it.
She's
got
got a lot going on, so I'm not gonna rush her.
Fair.
I'm just gonna leave her a note saying we're starting.
If I'm not more decisive on what I want to play, I might just do a joined so I don't have to decide.
Oh no.
The join's really cool though. So
I'm just attached to the hip with you.
Go away! Leave me alone!
It's just teen drama.
No,
I mean, you
leave
could
me
be
alone.
figuratively.
I want to be my own
It could be
person!
figuratively and literally.
leave me alone. God, just ugh.
Pick the join!
You should both be joined, and then there's no weirdness at all.
No, the book strongly recommends people don't double up.
You also can't have two joins.
Can't join.
Yeah, you can't join because join relies on the other half being one of the other playbooks. Yeah. So
I didn't say you'd be good superheroes. I just said you'd.
I mean, both fictionally and mechanically doesn't work. Yeah. Also, yeah, it is like you want these are like archetypes. You want to have different people.
Yeah,
I'm thinking for myself the Beacon, the Nova, or the Janus.
Janus.
Janus is fun.
Janus.
Hey,
Janus
Shay.
and the anus.
Hey,
Hi, Shay.
Hi.
Well,
Is everything all right?
I'm fine.
You wanna? You sure?
Let's not talk about it.
Okay.
I'm okay. Don't worry. I'm fine.
Okay, we'll talk about it after. Okay. We don't need to do it now. All right. So that's everybody here. Thank you, Saint Guard, for joining us at the last moment to make this a nice four-person group.
of course.
The enthusiasm is real.
I was saying, of course. I was getting to it. Yeah. I'll be playing Skeletor.
I was gonna say Saint will be playing the role of Penguin.
Can he?
I mean, yes, as a matter of fact. Shay, there's
So he's gonna be a doomed?
No, I'll play a Reformed. Yeah, see? I was a villain back in the day.
There's a room link there to join Shay.
Hmm.
And everybody should have their sheets now. So of course I'm going to remove access because even though people can see that they have their own sheet, they want to fuck with everybody else's sheet.
I am not fucking with anybody else's sheet.
I mean, we can look at other people's sheets. Just
No,
not have
looking
editing
at them,
power.
but the editor control is always the one. When they're like, hey, I have control of their sheet and I'm doing stuff to it. It's like, why are you doing stuff to it? You have your own sheet.
Because it's really funny, man.
Why are
Yeah,
there
see?
so
There
many
you go.
books now?
It's because somebody decided to add all the Unbound books. I believe is what happened. But the original game has 10 playbooks.
You are
House Sounds
entirely allowed to
Girl.
stick to the playbooks, the main ones. You don't have to do the others.
Yeah, because there are total.
there's-
With all the... Go ahead.
So there's 10 main books and
Mhm.
then a million other books.
There are
So
20.
all,
there are 20
all you
splits.
need to look at is the main book. Just look at the core book. Don't worry about anything else.
Yeah.
Also, Shade, to make it a lot less overwhelming, each playbook is 2 pages.
That's also true.
Playbooks are very short, and like
It's like the
every
character archetype.
it's a character archetype,
Like
and basically almost every single one of them has the same type of stuff. The big differences between each playbook are going to be your abilities, your moves, your starting labels, and then your backstory stuff.
Yep.
Everything else is
Is there-
basically the same.
Is there just a link to like a list of all of them so I don't have to filter through this?
Yeah, sure. I'll go. Masks, RPG, character sheet. Thank you, Magpie Games.
Oh, I found a cool thing for the conditions, but I don't need to actually set them out because it says exactly what they do on the sheet. That's a nice touch. Whoever made this sheet, well done.
There is the link to all the playbooks and the moves and the GM sheets.
Also, I really like that background art.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, the guy that did the artwork for this, I've been a fan of his for ages. So imagine my happiness when I discovered that he did every single piece of art for this game.
Yep, that's some good stuff. Yeah, so just go ahead and stick to the basic one here, Shay. You don't need
That's
to.
also my plan.
You don't need to dive into the deep stuff.
Yeah.
My encouragement is all the new people should probably stick to the basic ones until we get a handle on it, but some people are more into this than others, so they can branch out and jump into the other ones if they want. And Saint, you have free run of all of it because you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Rin, I could be a star.
I mean, you could. You could absolutely be Diva if you wanted.
Yep. Star's an interesting one. Yeah. But the other thing is, if you really want to, later down the line, in terms of advancements and stuff, you can pick up moves from other people. You can switch to the other playbook to another playbook if you want to. Like, don't worry too much about the like other ones that came with the like expansions and supplements.
Yeah.
Because again, I might just be a joined. Because why not?
Mhm.
Or I could bring back my old Janus, who's called her. She was Fabricator. What was her name?
The Fabricator General.
Yeah, she had energy absorption and substance mimicry, so she would like turn into concrete and stuff.
Oh, nice.
It was pretty cool. Yeah. Her actual name was, I think, like Maria Lopez or something like that. Like, she was Hispanic and
Maria
she, like-
Lopez. Sorry.
it's all good. She had like her brother, who was a veteran in who's a veteran who fought in Afghanistan, and is now like disabled. Then she had like, she was a pizza delivery girl, and she also did volleyball. Were her obligations, if I remember correctly?
Nice.
Yeah.
Pizza time.
Yeah, pizza time.
Time.
She shows up at your place, and you're just like, oh, it's you again. Great. I should have known.
I should have known you'd be here.
Should have known. Yeah.
All right. So notifications are out because I am actually good at what I do here. Yeah, we'll have an actual like frame and some nice stuff later on. But for right now, it's just session 0. So let's just get to cracking. All right. So first things first. A nice tip that I got was to read a couple of things to help set the mood for this. So that's what I'm gonna do. So from the main book on page 8, if anyone wants to read along, I'm jumping right down to the second paragraph. Mass is first and foremost about a team of young superheroes, their friends, rivals, love interests, allies, and always teammates, joint stars of their comic and superheroes. They're young, they've got abilities that make them special, they wear costumes, they use code names, they save people, and they do it together. They're growing up in Halcyon City, a place with plenty of older superheroes who provide an endless clamor of voices telling them who to be, and these young heroes are all trying to figure out their own way. All of those pieces are key. You might have some awesome story ideas about the premier team of superheroes, or a crazy group of misfits on a spaceship, or genetic superhumans fighting to protect a world that hates and fears them, but Mass, as it's presented in this book, isn't written for those stories. You'll find pieces of those tales, but the core of this game is different. If you're here because you love stories about young adults where everything feels heightened, like it matters more. If you're here because you love stories about growing up, the transition from something smaller and self-focused to something new and interesting and capable of changing the world. If you're here because you're excited about a game exploring identity and self-image in the face of others' influence, or if you're here just because you love superhero stories, punching aliens, making dramatic speeches, and saving the world, then good, you're in the right place. Just to give an idea for everyone, just kind of what this sort of superhero game is about. This is another one of those fun storytelling, narrative-driven games. The dice are important, but not in the sense of Roll20, where the dice, determine everything that happens. This one's more of a cause and effect. You roll the dice to see where things go, and you gotta kind of adapt and play out the scenes as they unfold. And not quite like things from the Flood where we're all collaboratively doing stuff, but this one is more of a, you express your intent, you roll the dice, see how close you get to it, and failure doesn't mean it doesn't succeed. Failure just means something else happens.
So it's kind of like a mixture between the D20 system and things from the Flood system.
Yep. And correct me if I'm wrong, Saint, but failure also is the experience currency in this game system, right?
Yes, it is. In this particular one. Not all Power of the Apocalypse games are like that, but Masks is one of them.
Yeah. So failing isn't a bad thing in this one because it kind of plays off that you grow based off reflecting on how you didn't succeed before, and you figure out new and better ways to go about it the next time. So failing isn't the end of the world in this game, which is great.
Then what is success for experience?
There is no experience for success. The reward of succeeding is getting the thing done without a complication. So if you do great, you just do great. If you fail, you gain experience and learn from it, and get better to succeed later on.
So you get stronger from getting your bones broken?
No, not at all. Not what was said. Like I said, whenever you fail, so basically it's
this game
the
is
system.
very much the core of
The system.
You learn from your defeats better than from your success.
well, not even defeats, just learn from your failures, but failure doesn't mean you're hurt, you die, people explode. It just means you didn't succeed on the thing you tried to do. And the way this system works is basically you roll the dice and you have target numbers to reach. If it's 10 or better, it's like a great success. I think it was 5 to 9. It's a partial hit.
7 to 9.
7 to 9. 7 to 9 gives you a partial success, so you don't get all of the things tied to landing the hit, and anything under that is the failure, where I can basically do things against you guys that move the story along. So basically, whenever you guys miss out on something, you get the experience, and I progress the scene in a direction I want it to go.
Yeah.
But you don't get experience from succeeding then.
Nope.
So you get experience from getting your bones broken.
No.
Got it.
No bones are being broken. I mean,
there
could be.
It depends on the character, but the central axis for,
I am making a metaphor.
for Power by the Apocalypse games, as well, especially for masks, is the move. And each of we all have like basically we all have labels, which we'll get to later, but each of them correspond to a specific move, and within those moves, success means a certain thing. So I don't know if you have the moves up right now, but one of them is like directly engage a threat is a move, and when you directly engage a threat, you go in and you're trying to punch out the bad guy or what have you, and depending on how well you move, you have certain options. So if you have, I am not looking at the moves right now. I probably should when I'm talking about this.
I'll pull it up too.
You always, when you directly engage a threat, you roll plus danger. On a hit, which means a 7 or higher, you're gonna trade blows. You're gonna hit the person, but they're gonna hit you back. It's gonna happen no matter what you do, unless you choose within the options below, resist or avoid their blows. And then you have other things like taking something from them, creating an opportunity, impress, surprise, or frighten opposition. All the moves have basically conditions that are applied to them. It's always an if-when. When I do this happens. So, yeah. And the other thing is usually, as a response, if you like fail or you partially succeed, you might take a condition, which is basically the HP system in this game.
Yep. So I'm on the basic moves now, and using Saint's example, directly engage a threat. When you directly engage a threat, roll plus damage or plus danger. On a hit, trade blows. On a 10 plus, pick 2 of the results for the thing you want. On a 7 to 9, you only pick 1. Directly engaging a threat is the move for straightforwardly duking it out with something, a monster, a villain, whatever. If you're playing a bit of the rope-a-dope, hoping to tire the enemy out, you're not directly engaging, so the move isn't triggered. If you're up against someone or something that isn't actually all that dangerous to you, then they're not a threat and the move isn't triggered. Trading blows means both you and the target get in some good hits on each other. That can lead to changes in the fiction. Getting punched by a giant monster probably leaves you nice and bruised unless you're utterly invulnerable. Beyond the fiction, though, this most often means inflicting conditions or triggering the move, take a powerful blow. So you'll have to familiarize yourself with what the different moves are and when they're appropriate to use. And I can prompt you guys to do certain ones or encourage them when you guys pose certain things that you want to be doing in a scene.
Yeah. You can be like, hey...
So basically, the way I'm understanding this is you get experience from literally breaking your bones in this situation, not just figuratively.
It's not a pass-fail kind of thing. It's like a scale, A, B, C.
Mm-hmm.
If you get a C, you mess some things up, but you still passed overall.
Like, you literally get experience from getting broken
Failing.
bones.
I mean, most of the moves are not like you're in a fight with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Only out of the
Literally in this case,
yes, it is
figuratively.
yes, it is a metaphor, but as we've said, it is whenever you fail, that's when the thing gives you experience. Passing doesn't get you experience. So succeeding just means you succeed, and the reward for succeeding is being able to control the scene the way you want it to go. If you fail, I control the scene and put out a new scenario or a thing that happens, and you gain experience to make you do better down the road. The object is to always be doing better, but if you fail, you get something out of it.
Then how's experience used?
Experience is used to get more moves, because each playbook has their own moves as well.
Mm-hmm.
You get to be a better hero.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is designed to make you a better hero. You
Or to be
learn
a
from the failure. You learn from breaking your bones.
Or you change
Okay.
Alrighty. Where else? Yeah. Alright, and so another one I needed to read for you guys was why Mass? The name of the game is Mass. There's a rules piece in the game called Pierce the Mask. This chapter, including the playbook, is called The Mass. Why such an emphasis on Mass? On one level, the game is about superheroes, and the association of Mass with those costumed super people is pretty well ingrained, thanks to nearly a century of such stories. But on another level, the game is about appearances, image, and perception. It's about the conflict between what you seem to be and what you actually are. Everybody wears a mask. Everyone's fitting into some kind of image or mold, playing some kind of role. Everyone has a mask to pierce, even if they're not wearing anything on their face. The playbooks you choose, the appearances of your characters, their secret identities, and their superhero names, all masks of one form or another. Embrace masks. Revel in putting them on, taking them off, trying on new ones, and abandoning old ones. So just kind of important to emphasize the point of masks and what you will be hearing from it a lot, and the pierce the mask is an important thing because it lets you dig a little deeper for investigating and finding out like the plot within the story sort of thing. The next one I wanted to touch on was some information of the setting. So you all are starting in a city, Halcyon City. Halcyon City, shining beacon of heroism and progress, the city of tomorrow. That's the tagline anyway. The truth is always a little more complex. Halcyon City has been around for several centuries, but its real history begins in the 1930s with the appearance of Maggie McIntyre. That's a name. Better known as Flying Freedom, historians know that there were superheroes before, scattered all throughout history, but Flying Freedom was the first public figure to whom the term superhero could reasonably be ascribed. She was cloaked in a pilot's jacket, cap, and goggles, with an American flag emblazoned on her back, and she could fly. Newsreel footage of the area marveled at how she soared over Halcyon's tallest towers. And so one of the things about the setting too is that you guys are literally playing the newest generation of superheroes. There'll be terms that refer to different eras of superheroes, and their colloquials are just like in the comic books. Gold, silver, bronze, and you all are the newest generation. The gold generation of heroes were those that came in the 20s and 40s, or 20s through the 40s. They're the old-timey, superheroes, the original Captain America, the original Superman type of characters, truth, justice, the American way type deal. And the silver generation are the ones who sprang up in the 50s. Many suprologists consider the first hero of the Silver Generation to be Silver Savior, a hero covered in silvery metal capable of flight faster than... Oh, so it's a Silver Surfer. Okay, I gotcha. For reasons unknown, superpowers became more powerful, and with their increased powers came even greater threats. So the Silver Age is when heroes became a bit more larger than life than just the initial vigilante-type heroes. In the Bronze
Well, I have a
Age...
book kind of described it, the Golden Age and Silver Age were kind of flipped, because still in real life the Silver Age had more jokester villains.
Yep. So it's not quite
they're in
like
the
real
book.
life, but yeah, this one has a rising power scale. The Bronze Age is the 70s and 80s, and they say that the transition point from the Silver Generation and their ethos to something new, something more complicated and ambiguous, the Bronze Generation. Quintessence, a younger hero acting within the style of the Silver Generation, was under threat by his greatest foe, a telepath known as Silence, with a P, targeted Quintessence in his real life as Nail Collins publicly abducting and threatening Nail's best friend, a young man named Sam Reed. Quintessence attacked Silence directly and angrily. Silence responded with cold glee at having truly hurt her old foe. When Silence knocked Sam from the top of the Colossus building in downtown Halcyon, Quintessence responded with fear and desperation, rocketing down the side of the building after his friend in a last-ditch effort to save him. So basically, it sounds like Bronze Age kind of ups the ante where it stops being the cat and mouse game and shit got real. So, because it's...
That poor kid just got Gwen Stacy'd.
Yeah, no, not even that. Like, that poor kid just got killing joked. The person showed up at their friend's house, took it out of the mask system, and said, "I'm gonna kill your best friend." Yeah, he got killing joked, and that's what kind of shifts that over. The city itself, of course, knows how to deal with supers and understands that this is a society where superheroes are a thing. Law enforcement are prepared to react in kind, and there's an organization known as Aegis, no relation to S.H.I.E.L.D., that acts as a government liaison between supers and the common people, yada yada, etc., etc.
Wait a second, but isn't Aegis just another way of saying a shield?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it is. Here we go. Here's another
I
nice...
wonder if it's like a reference.
Here's a nice... It definitely is a reference. So here's another one to set the tone for the setting here. Halcyon City. There's no place like it, anywhere else on Earth, and to those who call it home, there's no place better. Halcyon City is a massive, bustling megapolis. Gleaming silver skyscrapers adorn its business districts, and assorted streets, bridges, rails crisscross its body. Countless people from countless cultures and walks of life populate this great city. It's a contradictory and wonderful combination of darkness, crime, corruption, and flaws, built on the errors of the past alongside light, hope, and the promise of change and growth. It's always been the city of tomorrow and yesterday, and that's never been more true than today. Halcyon is a focal point of the superpowered, extra-normal world. Caped figures soar through its skies, break into fights against terrible monsters and gigantic robots. Villains scheme in nefarious lairs hidden in the clouds over the city, while heroes meet and contemplate their next course of action in their golden halls of justice. Paranormal adventurers walk Halcyon streets, looking for distortions and portals to other realms, while time travelers and aliens make this city their home, for better or worse.
Dang.
Yep. And Aegis stands for Advanced Expert Group for Intervention and Security.
You know what that stands for? I think it means that someone really wanted their name to be S.H.I.E.L.D., sir.
Well, their counterpart, Gladius, deals with stuff in space.
Shut up.
There's also a less reputable organization called Target that also deals with super science. And then there's Truncheon that is less popular than, either Aegis
You could have said
Gladius.
Maul.
I could have, but I wanted it to get more and more ridiculous as I went up.
Could have said Mace. That would have been a great one.
Yeah, fuck Hammer. Hammer doesn't get anything done. Anywho, has everybody had a moment to look at their at the playbooks and get an idea of the sort of things they want. I know a few people have mentioned it, but I want to make sure everybody has had a chance to look over these and see which ones jump out at them.
I have looked over the basic playbook, which is all I'm gonna do because don't want to overload, and I've picked a few that I think are interesting.
All right, so I'm gonna jump over to it as well because maybe it might help if we read them together. Wow, why is that superhero touching that kid like that? It's his dad. Calm down. Or maybe it's just Shazam. Is he just supposed to be Shazam?
He's basically just Shazam, the
Well,
legacy.
what? No, the legacy. That's his dad.
That's his dad. I just
Yeah,
I just noted the weird mark on his nose, and I was like, is that just supposed to be him?
No, I think that's just the artist.
Also,
No, it was his dad.
that's America's ass right there.
It's such a bad line, but I love it.
Oh, it was such a terribly good line.
I haven't seen it yet.
That's all right. It wasn't a spoiler at all. Just a fun reference.
I'm just letting you know if you want to say anything more, I will kill you.
Me and Rin could probably go for hours talking about it if we had the provocation.
All right. So I need playbooks.
Playbook. You might be better served just grabbing the playbook handout.
Yeah, probably.
Link.
All right. Playbooks. Alrighty. So we got a couple of playbooks here. The first one is the Beacon. So the Beacon, basically.
Ren,
is-
I'm gonna stop you for 1 second just to give a disclaimer. We own the books.
We do. I'm
Before
using
people-
this for.
before
I'm
people-
using this for ease.
Yeah. Yeah, just before people start going like, "Oh man, why are you doing it like that?" We have paid for them. We own all the books, all the play, all this stuff, so it's fine.
Yep, I do support That wasn't convincing. I'm sorry.
I support
do support company.
People who made masks, we love you, and that's why we
Magpie
bought the books.
Games. Yes, I do have a copy from Magpie Games. I did pay for it. I'm just using this for ease of keeping it here on stream. And
moving on.
Moving on. Yep. So, the Beacon is a beacon. Actually, doesn't give a very good description, does it?
It's basically like Green Arrow.
Yeah, you're the
It's the non-powered person that wants to be there.
you're the Robin, you're the Green Arrow, you're the person who
Hawkeye.
who gets it done with tools and minor gadgets, who can go toe to toe with the rest of the superheroes just on your sheer desire to be a hero. Your courage and desire is what makes you powerful. Then we have the Bull. The Bull is your typical strong person bruiser. They're the tough person who thinks all of the problems can be dealt with by punching it a lot. They're generally the more durable. They can get knocked around and dish it back just as good. The Delinquent is the trickster character, from my understanding. They do the minor illusion magics. They can teleport. They can mess with people's emotions. They generally just do all of the fuckery abilities and have fun with it because they're a delinquent. Darn kids.
Jaded eyes, untroubled eyes.
Yep. The Doomed is the hero who gets their power from some powerful force. This is the Raven character. They've got magic or something given to them. They're the D&D warlock made into a superhero, and every time they use their powers, they risk making their Nemesis is what it's referred to. They make their nemesis stronger, and they basically are racing against the clock to try and get strong enough to break their bonds with this entity before it consumes them. And they have a nice little mechanic called the Doom Track that whenever, their stuff happens, if they're using their powers too much or if they do, certain things, the Doom Tracker gets filled up, and every time the Doom Tracker fills up, a thing called the Doom signs start appearing, and it just adds like a nice little flavor element where it's like, yeah, you're really strong, but it's a double-edged sword and there's a price you need to pay later. And you get some cool stuff. You get your own sanctuary that you can go to, and yeah. And then there's the Janus, which everybody seems to be real interested in.
It's basically a Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Yep.
It's Spider-Man.
It's Spider-Man. You got your enhanced abilities. One of the cool things they point out is rodent and insect control. So Rez is going to be Spooderman.
No.
No Spooderman. But your large thing is your appearance doesn't get changed by your abilities, and you can keep your powers hidden. You have heightened physical abilities, and you're Spider-Man. Spider-Man is a great example. You put on the mask, and you keep your identity hidden.
In fact, you have to start with the move, the mask.
Yep.
Because that is just a core part of the character.
And then we have the Legacy. The Legacy is, as it pretty much describes, you are someone born into being a superhero from a long line of superheroes. You don't necessarily have to be born into it. Maybe somebody picked you up and gave you, you took on the mantle of being, that hero.
Very much like Shazam.
Yeah, you are Shazam. You are Captain Falcon is another good example where Falcon isn't actually Captain America, but for a time he served as Captain America. Superboy is a great example. Thank you, Saint. The character, I guess even Robin could count too, because he has to be under the shadow of Batman, and that's why he forms Teen Titans.
Yeah, but there's actually a Robin.
But see, the great thing about this game though is a lot of these examples can fit different dynamics because
you're right.
The playbooks aren't restricted to a thing. But yeah, like for that example though, like Robin could fit because everybody's like, even in the Teen Titan live action trailer, the first time they do the Robin reveal, it's like, oh shit, it's Batman, and he's like, fuck Batman, it's Robin. And they're like, oh, it's Robin. And then he kicks their asses. Because he's trying to get out of Batman's shadow. He kills people in that, so, yeah.
Robin's a badass.
Yep. The Nova is the next one you can do. This is your typical energy-based hero. They have magic, elemental control, cosmic energies. These are the Scarlet Witches, the Captain Marvels, wouldn't say Green Lantern. What were her examples?
Jean Grey.
Jean Grey. Yeah, you could throw in any of those that have powers. Even like Storm or Jubilee, if you have powers and you can manifest them and do big dramatic things with them.
And also the book, if you look in the book at the playbooks, they all have inspirations for them as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Just read those off.
Yep. Where is that? Because
106 is the last one you're on currently. So.
Yeah. So I'm on just the playbooks themselves.
I'll look it up for you, Ren.
That's okay.
You keep going. Keep going.
Oh, wow.
I'll punch you.
Inspirations. I'm not seeing.
What did I just
Anyways,
say? You want to get punched?
It's fine.
You get punched.
So then you have the Outsider. This is pretty much self-explanatory too. You're the character who's different. You're the Beast Boy. You're the Martian Manhunter. You're the Thing. There's something different about you that sets you apart. You could be, from another planet. You could be mutated. You have the ability to shapeshift.
Outsider is because the transformed comes later, but Outsider is
Oh, yeah.
specifically like an alien.
Not the Thing.
So, yeah.
Yeah, because the Thing is
More
transformed.
like
You're right.
It's
Yeah, like
you could do-
Starfire.
Well, Starfire
Starfire
could be a Nova too, but great point. Yeah, Starfire is an outsider or a Nova if you want to use good examples of that. Her alien heritage and behavior fits the outsider. Then we
Here
have
we go. Inspirations for the Outsider: Miss Marvel, Young Justice; Marvel Boy, Young Avengers; Zaven, The Runaways; Starfire, Teen Titans; Warlock, The New Mutants.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the Protege. The Protege is another Robin type one where it's you got picked up by a superhero and they were like, hey, I need a sidekick. So I'm gonna teach you how to do all the stuff, and then you're like, I want to be my own superhero, and they're like, okay, that sounds good. And basically, one of the things you get from this is you have a mentor. You have an older superhero that you can call on to get information and have insight and get some more stuff out of. And then, of course, we have the Transformed, which is the person who is the Thing, the Hulk, any of the ones that have their
Beast Boy.
Beast.
The inspirations for the Transformed. The first one I actually didn't think about until I saw it. Cyborg.
Yeah, Cyborg works because
Beast, the Hulk, obviously, and then the other two I don't know. Metal from Avengers Academy and Rockslide from Wolverine and the X-Men.
nope.
Can't say I know either of those two.
Yeah, and so your whole deal is you have a very different outward appearance when your powers manifested. So that's what you end up looking like now. Is that's your permanent appearance forever. But yeah, so right about now will be when we lock in, because there are, of course, the other ones, the Brain, which is the super science, your Iron Man, the Soldier, which is the Captain America's, the Winter Soldier. Those aren't on the table for any of the really new people. There's also... where did my playbook for all the other ones go?
The Nomad.
Yeah, the Nomad. I found it. Hold on. Scroll up because someone wants to be joined.
I said I might be. I didn't say
You
I
just
have to
you
be.
just
I
need to
can-
you need to collect hair clippings and sniff them and be like, I'm your biggest fan. Yeah. So there's
I think it's more like their siblings, Red.
Yeah, it's
it is. I am
clones,
just kidding. So yeah,
You're a
there's
freak.
there are 5 new ones: the Innocent, the Joined, the Newborn, the Reformed, the Star, and of course there were the handful of other. I think there's still beta tested ones that don't count yet that go with the Brain and the Soldier, but these are the officially released ones.
They're all released because there's the ones from Unbound, which was also released, which are the Harbinger, the Nomad, and the Scion.
Oh, do they actually get a thingy?
Yeah. Oh, they don't have a playbook on. They don't have a Roll20 thing, but they're all official.
But the Harbinger, the Nomad,
The Harbinger.
the Scion. Yeah, the Harbinger is your literally Trunks. You came from the future. Your future's fucked up, so you're trying to fix it. The Nomad is the outsider kid who doesn't have a place to be.
It's Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep, sure. Yeah. You're the kid who's not in the right spot, and you're Star-Lord.
Really likes 80s music.
Really likes 80s music. I mean, that's
Can you
fine.
blame him?
That's fine.
That soundtrack is tasty.
I mean,
That was
he's
a
the only
great soundtrack.
he's the only one who can hear it, and when we're sick of his shit, we're just gonna knock him out.
Oof.
Moving on.
And the Scion is the child of a supervillain, and then you jump in over to the other ones where it's the Innocent. You're the fat kid from Deadpool. You have the potential to be a hero, but in your future you're meant to become a supervillain, so you can embrace that or rebel against it. Maybe. Sure. Then there is the joined, where you are a twin, a clone, the other half. You latch on. I keep saying words that don't make it sound good, but you you are connected to another hero, and you guys share powers and build off each other as a team. You're the fucking Wonder Twins. One of you can take on cool shapes, another one of you turns into a bucket of water. There. Not making it sound any better. Then you also have the newborn, which are the created one. You've been manufactured, or you just showed up. You popped out of an egg. You are the Vision. The Superboy is another good example because he's technically a clone. And other ones like artificial heroes.
Adam
Tornado?
Warlock?
Adam Warlock, technically.
With the way that they're doing him in the MCU.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Red Tornado.
Red Tornado, thank you. Yeah, he's a robot who wants to learn how to love. Wants to be a real boy. And then the Reformed, which is a former supervillain instead of just being the child of one. It was you're Vegeta. There you go. You used to be the Prince of all Saiyans, and then you decided not to be.
He's still the prince. He just isn't evil.
Yeah, sure. And then the Star. You're
I'll say as evil.
You're doing this just for the fame of it. You're Diva. That's it. That's it.
It's done. We're done.
That's it. We're done. Moving along. So, let's lock in some ideas here, boyos and girlo. People-o.
Persons.
Persons-o. See, it
Folks.
doesn't work when we have to do that. Folks-o.
Pipello.
Papellos. I like that.
Yeah. Anybody have a
Hello.
strong inclination towards any of the playbooks?
I was very interested in the Nova.
All right. It's a good one. It's a good one.
I'll be Commander Muffins.
Commander Muffins.
I like it.
Perfect.
I like it.
Rez.
I was thinking between the Yanis, because that's how it's properly pronounced.
Giannis.
Oh.
Hugh.
Thanks, lad.
Johnny.
You're welcome. I was thinking between that or the Doomed.
The Doom.
The Dome.
Two
The
very
Doom.
different playbooks, both very good. Yeah. Those are all good. If for me, let's see. I'm always down to play a protege. Protege is very fun. Or I'll do a joined, or yeah. I'm a little bit less sure, mostly because I'm curious what other people are doing. So
Don't be joined with the Doom, then you all die.
yeah, then everyone dies. But yeah. So
How about you, Shade? Did any of those stand out?
I don't know. I was thinking maybe just being something kind of basic and just really powerful, just really strong and stuff, or I could just be I could be Commander Muffins, another incarnation of Commander Muffins, where I'm just an overpowered cat.
Can't be a cat.
I want to be a cat.
You can be a cat person.
I want to be a cat.
that's
I want to summon legions of mice swarms.
So that's Janice then, because you'd have animal control.
rodent control. It's gonna be Squirrel Girl as Janice as well.
Oh shit, that would have been a great example. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, that's
Just
right.
Army of squirrels to take down Dr. Doom. Yeah, nailed it.
See? Got it. It's like I've played this game before or something.
It's like
Whoa.
wow.
Though again, the last time I played a Janice, my character was not that at all, so yeah.
Oh, if you want to go for a strong, there's the bull. Like their whole thing is just being just strong,
Strong and punchy.
good, strong and punchy.
Legacy can also be that way depending on which like suite of powers you choose. Because one of the suites is literally the Superman suite of like you have super strength and flight and like that kind of stuff.
I hate Superman, so no.
So yeah, don't do that then.
Moving away. Yeah, this is like the first two are literally Superman and the Flash.
Yep.
And then like the fourth one is Thor.
Yeah,
Thor's a good legacy. Just
or
no
Wonder
beer
Woman.
gut.
Or Wonder Woman.
Or Wonder Woman.
Yeah. The third one's Batman, so
Yeah. Batman. Holmesian deduction and fearsome reputation.
hell yeah. Yeah, it's a bull. You're just like the perfect weapon. You're superhumanly tough, incredibly strong, uniquely skilled at fighting. Get to just smack the hell out of people.
Oh yeah.
And also be very sentimental at times, because you have the bull's heart.
I'm just a little choked up is all.
I've not been able to figure out what that means reading it. I'm not able to figure out a lot of what this means just reading it.
I think it'll be easier once we play and kind of get a handle on the rules.
It's
Yeah.
all Greek, and I speak Latin.
I don't think you do speak Latin, because that's a dead language.
Vite moleste.
I heard the
So,
list.
okay.
I mean, the term does derive from what I said,
Mm-hmm.
but what did I say?
Oh,
You
it's all
maybe
Greek
told me to go fuck off.
That was very intuitive, Rez.
That's actually what you said.
More or less.
I'll just go
Basically,
cry
yeah.
in the corner. Yep.
If you do that, I cannot take feeling guilty right now.
Oh my god, shame.
I know, but I'm just no.
Maybe I should make a character first.
You should probably
that's-
be the leading point here and nail some stuff
Okay.
down.
Alrighty. Let's see.
Guess what? You're the team leader too. Woo!
Hey, cool. Okay, I gotta figure out what kind of hero fiction I want to do then, and I'll do one of the basic playbooks for the benefit of everybody else.
Alright, so
Then
yeah.
I'll do a protege then. I'll be a protege.
Protégé.
Protege. So,
I'm sorry, Rez.
It's fine. You didn't do anything.
Alright. So everybody needs to be looking at whatever playbooks they're nailing down and start figuring out the different things about their characters. Especially
The Saint Guard.
Mhm.
Can you
So
help me figure out what burn actually means?
sure. So for the Nova, burn is something. So burn, you have conditions, which are basically your HP. So the more conditions you have, the more hurt you are, the more things you can do.
Oh.
Yeah.
You get stronger as you get weaker, and you get experience when you get beat up.
And basically what happens is burn
This
itself
makes no sense.
burn itself is a resource. So you spend your burn to do your flares, to do your powers. Because when you basically have to charge up, you have to do the Dragon Ball Z power up. And the more conditions you have, the more shitty you feel about things, the angrier, guiltier, whatever you feel, the better you can do about it, because that's how Nova works.
you're powered
They're
by your
unstable.
emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that works for every
Okay.
other class like that, Shay.
Nope.
Nope.
It's literally just the Nova, how that works. So,
I charge up and then I roll a whatever, and then if I get a 7-9, I mark something.
you
I
get
a
another condition. But if you miss, you only get 2, and then you mark 3 conditions. It's really bad. It can be really
So Saint,
bad. Yeah.
I've never played an apocalypse game.
Uh-huh.
What does hold mean?
Hold is means you have like a resource. So you like when it says like hold 2, you can spend that resource later to do an effect.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because like with the burn on the sheet, it says reset to ear 0 at the end of the scene.
Yeah.
So you're holding that.
Yeah, so you have that. Sometimes hold has like a specific end thing. Usually it's like the end of a scene, but sometimes it's just like, I have it forever, whenever I need to use it. There's also forward, which is when you have +1 forward or something. The next roll, like if I have +1 forward to affect Bozo over here, the next roll I do on Bozo will have a +1 to it.
Yeah, it carries forward.
Yeah. So for the protege, I need to figure out what is the actual specific order of character creation. Let's see what the Bane book says, so I can do this.
Let's find out.
So I can do this correctly. So I choose playbook. Okay, so it is starting with names and looks, and then going to abilities.
What page is that on, so I can direct everyone to it?
Page 41.
So everybody hop over to page 41.
So this is starting to figure out what your character's called. And for the protege specifically, they have a hero name and they have a real name. And you also can figure out your look, and it gives you choices for your look, so you pick one in each of those lines. You're like, I'm gonna be like, I don't know what my name's gonna be yet. I'm figuring that out. The last time I played a protege, their hero name was Hero Tech 2. Because they were working for like their mentor was the head of a company called Hero Tech.
So they were a Tony Stark.
Yeah, I had the shared ability I had with my mentor was powerful armor. I literally had like a mech suit. It was great. I could play that character again. She was very fun for the one shot I did with her.
What page did you say?
41.
I think I am going to lock in Janice.
I'm
All right.
in the Nova.
Awesome.
Alrighty, so we have Protege, Giannis, and Nova.
Okay, so I'm gonna start. Also, yeah, kind of figure out how old my character is as well at some point.
Yep.
Yeah, because all the characters are generally between the ages of 16 and 20.
Yep.
So.
Unless you're like an alien who's 1,000, but that's like 16 to 20.
Yeah, exactly. You're still a teenager at 1,000. They're like an elf. Like,
Yeah.
you're 200 years old, but you're really only 15. It's like, what?
Encourage everybody to be on the slightly more mature side, just so we don't have to feel awkward about making any jokes. But I'm also a realist, and I understand and know full well what 16 and 17-year-olds do with people of their age group.
What do they do, Ren?
What
Yeah,
did
what
you
do they
say
do?
before?
They have sex and they touch their bodies against each other.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's almost like
Wow.
this is a teen superhero thing, so you know that might happen.
are you? Yeah, like for honestly, you tell me right now that if you are a teenager with superpowers, not one of the first things you think of is how can I use this to have mind-blowing sex with somebody else.
I just watched season 1 of Young Justice and made that connection. So
God, I love Young Justice is great.
Young Justice was really good.
I think because I am at a loss for what to do for name and look, mostly because I don't know what my abilities are. So I'm gonna do abilities first. Everybody has a suite of abilities, unless you're like a bull or something, where you're just like, these are my ability set, and I get to figure out what they look like. For the protege specifically, there's a bunch of set of abilities, and I have one ability that I share with my protege. I have my own ability, and then I have my mentor's ability. In the case of the Hero Tech, it was we shared powerful armor, and then I had God, what was the thing I had? Power mimicry was the thing I had, because I had like hard light weapons, and then my mentor had weapons and gadgets. They were the one where it's like they were much more War Machine. Yeah,
I like this.
Yeah.
I like
Again,
this because I had a Mutants and Mastermind character that was basically just R63 Tony Stark, so I can pull this old character up too, and I can be your mentor.
I could totally play her. If people are cool with that,
I'm
I'll
down with
play
it.
her.
It doesn't bother
That's
me at
fine.
all.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, I'll play her again. Her name was her hero name was Hero Tech. I don't remember what her real name was, unfortunately.
Well, make a new one. It's fine.
Yeah, actually, I'll probably come with a new hero name for her because we're gonna have we'll have a different mentor. But yeah, powerful armor.
Hey guys, I know it's the like anime everyone's wanted to see, but here it is. Wait, hold on. Right, I have to remember that DeviantArt is stupid. It's like you can't just have a normal link. It's got to be this fucking long string of horribleness.
Okay, so
Did the picture load in fully?
It's the,
Does that when you haven't loaded in a picture fully?
it's the anime everybody's wanted to see.
perfect, perfection.
Cars.
No.
Karzu.
No. So I'm
Let's
noticing
make it happen just so Rez is very angry.
I am already very angry. So I'm noticing on this sheet that they don't actually have places for all the fill-in things, like your powers and all that stuff.
I'm doing that in Bio and Info.
Yeah, I was gonna say like maybe we should do it there. But yes, I'm glad that I was not the first person.
Yeah, that's
Put
the
that
one.
together.
That's the one bad thing about this specific sheet is that it doesn't have that section.
Yep. Also,
sucks.
the experience tracker is your potential.
Yeah.
Just so you guys
What-
are aware of where that is. It's
That's what XP is
on the
called.
left, middle left side.
And when it gets to 5, it resets, and you get an advancement.
Yep.
Then once you get
That's
back,
very
you
much things from the flood.
Mhm.
Yeah. So guys, take some time, start building your characters, because once you guys have your characters more or less nailed down, then we start doing the team building fun.
Yay.
I already
Yay.
have a quartet of potential villains that you all could have taken down for your first adventure.
Oh boy.
So Saint Guard, it says that the sum of labels should be a 3. I
Yeah,
put in-
so it should on the sheet actually have it as like it should calculate it. Plus
Yeah,
your
but mine's only coming up to 2.
oh, you add +1 to one of the labels when you make your character.
Totally missed that.
Yeah.
So each thing. So you use the default. So like say for Yanis, my danger starts at 0. My freak is -1,
Mhm.
and then wow, I'm super mundane.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
You
want to
start
be.
Yeah,
with-
because you have a normal life.
Yeah, mundane is very like the Janus like or Yanis is like very geared around because you're like a Spider-Man, that kind of character. Like it's very geared around like you understand normal people and you can like empathize and like generally be like hey to the rest of the team like hey like we live like there are all these like normal people around here and like
You just threw a bus through that building.
yeah, like calm down. Yeah.
Considering how hard Jay Jameson works, you
J.
think
Jonah
that freak
Jameson.
score will be a little higher.
Good old
Yeah.
J. Jonah Jameson.
Hey, Jonah Jameson.
That Rez is a menace. I need pictures of whatever Rez's character's name is.
Any pictures of Spider-Man?
Biokinesis is supposed to be
Pyrokinesis.
Bio.
It's Fio.
Biokinesis?
Yeah.
You can, like...
I looked up and all I got was songs.
Yeah.
Biokinesis, I imagine it's, like, being able to...
Biology.
Like, well, it's organic and then kinesis, which is...
Move life.
So
Yeah.
You're a
That's
life mover.
What it means.
You can... you can, like, mess with plants and stuff. You're like poison ivy or something like that.
There you
Oh.
go.
There we go. I was like, wait a
Lame.
minute.
There we go.
So you just got to look up the root word. What is a bio? Like, what does bio mean?
What do you know?
Stuff. And then what is kinesis?
Things.
Other stuff.
Stuff.
Put them together, you get stuff and thing.
Yeah.
Stuff and thing is a good one. Yeah.
Hugh.
So basically, like, bio is life, so you would have control over life. That's kind of dark now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't want to know how you would Nova that.
It's almost like you're a super villain.
Almost.
Almost.
Almost, but not quite.
Like I can just be a sorcerer.
Just be a motherfucking sorcerer.
Be a motherfucking T-Rex.
Alright, yeah. Okay, I just need a hero name at some point, but I have a name. I have the real name for my character. Just need a hero name for my...
And what is your name?
Parisa Zarkan.
Zarkan.
Yeah, she's Persian.
Ooh.
Exotic.
Look, it gives a lot of choices for what like ethnicity. So I'm like, I'm gonna play something interesting now.
Yeah, I actually really like that.
Yeah.
In
It's a
the
good
look,
one.
so it's very, very encompassing of like, yeah, you can be anybody you want. You want to be a man? Do you want to be a woman? Something in the middle? You go for it.
Yeah. I swear I will be.
I don't see the power stuff in the main book.
It's not in the main book. It would be in that link that
Saint put in earlier.
Well, which powers are you looking for, Shay?
I don't know what they are.
For
I don't know what is available.
okay, so for like
Depends on the playbook that you're playing.
yeah, like do you mean like what playbook you want to use? Because that's what kind of determines what powers you have.
What do you mean?
So
Playbook.
So of the classes
So-
that were described, you have to pick one before you decide your powers.
yeah, so like a playbook is basically like a class, more or less. And that's what we went over, like the bull, the protege,
Why don't they just say class?
because they want to be different.
Yeah, because they want to be different. And
Because the original game, they're called playbooks, and it's not necessarily the same as a class is.
but for understanding and familiarity, it's more or less your class, but it's not the same. But you need to pick a playbook before you start picking out powers, because your playbook tells you what kind of powers you have access to.
Well, I would like to know what powers are available before I pick one.
They're listed.
Well, yeah, that's easy.
I-
Shay, hold on. Shay, I'm gonna link you directly to the PDF that has all the playbooks in it. It's each one is 2 pages long. There you go. And then in each section, because it'll be like, it'll list the beacon, and then below that it'll have a list of their abilities that you can take. And each one usually is like, you can take 2 of these, and that kind of describes how, like, what your power set is. And then beneath that, on the next page, it'll say stuff like moves that seems a little complicated, so I'm sure we'll have to ask for how they work when we get to it.
So why isn't this in the handbook?
It is. It's all the way in the bottom.
Yeah, they're at the back.
So this is just like a PDF that just specifically has these.
Yeah, and moves aren't super complicated. It's a 2-page thing.
Well, no, because the move specifically, like each playbook has their own kind of move sets, like they which augments.
Move sets are different from moves because you have basic moves, peripheral moves. So
The reason that it's this like basically separate one is because these are effectively your character sheet. Like if you're
Also
playing
that.
this game physically, You would literally just print this out, and you just fill it in. So. Yeah.
Make sure you're keeping track of your time, Saint. I know you said you had a thing to run to.
Yeah, I've got an hour. It's fine.
Well, I'd like us to get a little bit closer to having group stuff done before that hour is up.
Totally. Let's see. What should her name be? Hard Light and a Mech. Right now I'm just thinking of names of mechs from Battletech, which is not helping me. I think I know what I'll do here then. Let's see. What does my mentor embody and what does he deny? Do they deny, I should say.
Choose two powers.
Mm-hmm.
Choose your destiny.
Choose your destiny. Check something. Alright. Got my labels. What do I have next? That's next. Alright, backstory questions and pick moves. I'll pick moves first, and then I'll answer my backstory questions. Okay.
So am I not able to play Commander Muffin?
I mean, you could do the outsider, and you could kind of make it like a cat person, kind of.
Or what if I want to be a cat and not a person?
You cannot. This is a game about teenage human superheroes. Well, not human superheroes, because the outsider is not a
Yeah.
human.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's a hard no, because you have to, like, there needs to be the player buy-in for what this is. You have to fall into at least the categories of fitting what this game is gonna be.
What is this game gonna be?
It is a young, upcoming group of teenage superheroes. So if you're not a teenager, then it doesn't fit. Which is why there's no option for playing a cat. You have a wide gambit of a lot of things you can be, but you still kind of have to fit the dynamic of being a teenager who's dealing with becoming a superhero and forming a superhero team.
So my powers are supernatural senses and impossible mobility.
Ooh,
So you got super speed.
Nice.
I
Well-
guess super acrobatics.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is probably more like really good acrobat. Like I kind of feel like the two powers are linked together, where they're really mobile and can like. The way I pictured it for like them getting around is like extreme parkour.
Nice.
So like they can like do these crazy ass like they can just sprint all over the city and like make impossible climbs and jumps and stuff like that. And their sense is it's kind of like a low grade danger sense
Spidey sense.
where it's like kind of like that. But I didn't want to coin the exact phrase.
No, it doesn't have to be Spidey sense, but yes.
But like so like when she like jumps off a building, it's like you're gonna die unless you like grab this flagpole in this many seconds, like that kind of sense. And it's like, crazy math in her head where it's like, I need to do that and then I'll survive.
Nice.
How about you, Ark? How's yours coming?
Ideas keep bouncing around.
Such as?
Well, I can't decide between. Well, first of all, I'm not even sure what cosmic energies it's referring to exactly.
I mean,
It's
that's for
whatever
you to
you
decide.
want them. Yeah, it's up to you, man. Like these are just kind of like framing what your powers are.
Yeah.
But you get to decide them.
These are templates. You ultimately
I know.
decide. So, you could have the power of the sun. You could be Birdman. You could just be Birdman.
You could be Birdman.
I mean,
Okay,
I know Birdman's before your time, but he's a hero who dressed up as a bird and could fly, and he was solar powered. Not sure how that related to being a bird, but
he flew in the air and absorbed.
yeah, but he also
Sun.
shot energy from his fingers or from his
but-
fists. Not
Shut
even his
up.
fingers. He
Just shut up, man. Okay.
Yeah.
He became a lawyer. All right.
He did. He became a well-established lawyer, and that was a much better turn for him than superheroing. At least I think so. Fight me on it. Oh, on a hilarious note, guys, during Game of Thrones yesterday, they forgot to take out a Starbucks coffee cup during one of the scenes, and people are losing their shit on the internet about it.
Oh my god, I have to look that up. That is hysterical. My God, Starbucks has even invaded Westeros.
Yeah.
No.
It's during one of the like big. I think it's during the party after yesterday or the last week's episode, and they're all sitting at the table during a feast, and it's just there for like a split second.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna just link this to you because I don't know who all has spoilers in it, but I know you're not super caught up.
This isn't working.
So, Saint Guard, question.
Yeah. What's up?
Would I put the Janus moves under passive moves in this, or in active moves?
Which ones did you choose?
I haven't chosen any yet, but
Okay,
I
so-
get the mask automatically.
So the difference between active and passive moves for this sheet. The active moves are ones where it requires where it's like roll plus savior or roll whatever. Because it allows you to like actually roll the move. You just like it'll have the label of like you're rolling never give up, never surrender. Or
Okay.
that's legacy, but
Alright,
yeah.
I got you.
And then passive is all of the other ones that are just like when this happens, you also get this additional effect.
Alright, I got you.
Oh.
Question.
Yeah.
If I want to play someone who's physically strong, but also want to rip the fabric of reality every once in a while, what do I do?
Sounds like a Nova.
Or a doomed.
That
Could be a doomed. Yeah, superhuman strength. You choose up to 3, so superhuman strength and speed.
Breaking the fabric of reality. You could also, I guess you could also technically do it with the transformed. Be like, I'm super strong, but also I have like technopathy, or like whatever. So that's the thing. And
But if you're
What is technopathy?
you have like control over machines and technology.
But if you're the transformed, you have to be a big gross monster.
You could also do the outsider, because the outsider, you fly, you're tough, you just like blast people with mind powers.
Would that be heliokinesis? Would be flying?
You automatically get flying.
Oh, right.
As a-
You can
as a-
fly, and you're pretty tough.
Everyone has flying.
No,
I can't fly.
I can't fly either.
Who can fly? Can anyone
I-
fly?
I fucking parkour like a madman.
I mean,
My-
if you allow me to use telekinesis to pick myself up and fly that way.
If you throw yourself across the city.
Yes.
Just
So
use
what's the
yourself.
difference between shapeshifting and radical shapeshifting?
Radical shapeshifting is like
It's real cool.
it's
Sorry.
rad. I don't know. I don't know what the difference between that would be.
Where is this? Oh, no.
I think they might have meant to put racial shapeshifting.
No, it's definitely radical, because
Are
like
you sure?
Radical. Well, radical just means
Like it's
a
more
dynamic change. It's
it's like
drastic.
more of a yeah.
super
So like
drastic.
I guess that would be like turning into animals would be a
It's,
drastic shapeshifting.
yeah,
Turning
it's,
into monsters would be a radical shapeshifting.
it's playing what's her name from X-Men? God, why do I forget her name? Mystique?
Yeah, Mystique.
Yeah.
Mystique, how are you a teenage girl in this movie, but
Just don't worry about it.
Nightcrawler and Rogue are the same age as you, and you're their mom. What's going on here?
Don't ask questions you don't want an answer to.
Why is Azazel like 50 in this and you're like 10? Why are you Charles Xavier's sister?
I have so many questions. None of this makes sense. They just wanted Mystique in this movie.
None of this checks out at all. So what did you settle on, Shay? I had stepped away for a time.
I think they're looking at Outsider at the moment.
Ooh. An alien.
So Legacy seems like they are the tanky defender type.
Mm-hmm. Initially, yeah. Like most of their stuff is savior based, so.
Gotta be the savior.
Gotta be that savior.
The hero the city deserves, but not the one it needs right now. I think I always quote that backwards, but still, it sounds better that way.
Oh boy, I have to come up with more names for people. Fun.
Yeah, names.
Name. I'm almost done with my background question.
But could they be Namor the Submariner?
I'm gonna hit you.
All right. Who else outside the team knows about your training?
Sorry, I put it on my blog.
The blog.
The blog.
That's just what it's called.
It's blog. It's blog. It's big. It's heavy. It's internet. I don't know.
Somebody give me a martial art.
Aikido.
Okay.
No, Krav Maga.
Krav Maga. Okay.
All of the dick punches.
Aikido's like,
Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna split the difference.
Actually, Krav Maga would be probably a little bit closer since you picked Persian, because Krav Maga is Israeli martial arts.
Yeah, I'm gonna split the difference and do capoeira.
Are you gonna do?
Very
are you just
different.
gonna do that in the middle in your mech suit? Because that would be awesome.
Maybe. Yeah, I might. I
Punches.
freaking might. But part of my backstory has to do with martial arts stuff, so I was like. Also, how do you spell capoeira? I spelled it right. Okay, cool.
You're gonna capoeira in a mech suit? I like it.
Hell yeah! All right, I need a Brazilian name.
Maybe it's a mech suit from Bubblegum Crisis. Those were very form-fitting.
Yeah,
Always.
I haven't described my mech suit yet.
It's true.
You don't know.
I always liked wanting to make capoeira work for being a monk, and it's just like, yeah, and then I'm gonna do this sweet spin kick, and it's like, just say you're doing martial arts. It's like, no, have to describe all of the sick dance moves.
Okay. Diogo Alves. Diego.
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 Alejandro. Hey, Alejandro.
I also definitely need to come up with a name for my mentor. I keep referring to them and then don't have a name for them.
You should think up a name.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that after I finish it. I just have my last question, which is the question that everybody has. Why do you care about the team?
Yeah. Guys, I mean, I'm going to be real. If you don't think of a name, I'm just going to be terrible and call them Rindis.
Fine, I'll think of a name. Jeez.
So anytime
right.
there's super science, it's just Rindis.
Exchange student Rindis.
Nope, it's just super science Rindis.
To be fair, I'm just gonna come up with their hero name first, because I actually came up with my hero's name, but you know,
Sweet.
I actually had one. What is that? What is
Yep.
That's an interesting crossover. Not what I was expecting.
I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta take care of something real quick.
Sure.
Yeah! Why?
The true face of the Goomba. Will you step on it?
Oh, maybe. Yes, actually. I think more.
Wow. What a monster.
Alright, I finished my backstory. Do I have anything else I need to choose? No, because the other stuff is gonna be... Oh, I need to choose what my secret base is like. That's right, I have a secret base!
You mean we have a secret base?
No, I have a secret base. I'm not letting you anything.
They have a I mean, you... No, wait, no, you didn't pick the Doomed anymore. I was like, if you were the Doomed, you had a hideaway too.
Yeah. No, I have my mentor's resources. I get to choose up to 3 resources that your mentor gave you and the team. It is our base, but still.
Damn right it's our base.
So I get to choose 3 of these. A hidden base, a vehicle, a supercomputer, communicators, surveillance equipment, false identities, badges of authority, a chem lab, a med lab, a teleportal, a weapon of last resort, security systems, and simple robots.
Can we get a giant T that sits off on an island? It counts as hidden base, right?
Yeah, hidden, 100%.
Hey, that base didn't get attacked that much in that cartoon.
Ridiculous.
I
Which
think
base?
I'm gonna... The Titan Tower.
Titan
Oh.
Tower.
Yeah,
They
it only
got
attacked
completely
a few
taken
times.
over several times.
Yeah, only a couple times. I think we're gonna have security systems. Because apparently my mentor is just like really paranoid. Not actually that paranoid. They just embody danger. So like, you know, they're not gonna have a hidden base. They're just gonna have a base where if you go to it, you'll get smacked in the face by like robots or something. I don't know.
So for the relationships, is that with another player character or?
Yeah, we'll do that when we introduce our characters, and then we like figure out like when our team first came together, our relationships, and
Okay, so I fully, now that I'm on it, I fully read what the mask ability does. Because I was sitting there like, how the hell do I do anything to like threats? Like my danger is pathetic.
yeah,
My freak score is low, so I can't activate powers. So it's like,
embody
'cause-
something.
yeah, so I embody like probably this one's probably, she seems more of a punchy type, so she probably will embody danger.
Nice.
Because, you know, she runs in and mixes it up.
We have a very punch heavy team.
We do.
Very
That's
punch
true.
team. I like it. Punch team.
I punch people with my mind powers.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
nice.
fine. I can make you guys have a lot of like not punchy villains, and you'll be like, why can't we solve this mystery with punches? No, I'm kidding.
My character can do non-punchy thing. She's especially because it's what my mentor wants me to be punchy, and I'm like, no. I don't want to be punchy.
don't
I want to
have-
save people.
I don't have to just be punchy. I don't need to save the day with an exorbitant amount of firepower.
Exactly. I don't have to be as one note as you are.
Get out. Get out!
All right. Let's do. They gave me security system. They definitely gave me. Because they knew I was going to be part of a team. Did they know I was going to be part of a team? I mean, they gave it to me and the team. Definitely have communicators. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, let's see. Simple robots.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. We'll have robots too. What a cool base.
What a
It's gonna be
cool
a
base.
sick base. It's gonna be great. Yeah, so I am pretty much done until we do the other parts.
All right, so we're just waiting on everybody else.
Yeah, if people want to like talk about their character, like
You absolutely
question-
should be talking about the characters, guys.
Yeah, usually, yeah. It's almost like usually the GM will
Okay.
be asking us questions about our characters too. But
Yeah, but I mean, I was waiting until you guys had stuff down because there are actual
True.
questions I can be asking once we're ready. It's like, I have questions, but I need them to be done.
Yep.
As far as I know, there isn't really anything I can ask. Like, what can I ask to help spur this along?
I don't. The thing is like you make a good point. You made a good point in that like you kind of have to wait until everybody like kind of has introduced their characters. Then you'd be like, so who is this? Oh shit! I got to figure out my mentor's name. That's what I got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is their name?
Ah, and I did find what I need. All right. So first session goals: help your players create their characters, prime Halcyon City with plenty of cool material and events to build on, show off who these characters are, go through most of the mechanics. Okay, so that's all next week, really. Create an awesome first issue for that. Yep. Character creation, hand out playbooks, have each character, have each pick a playbook, ask questions during the process. Well, okay, great. What questions should I be asking? Keep the players talking about their characters.
Yeah. This
after
is
they've-
a case of you might have to wait.
Yeah. So it says after they've chosen names, looks. So yeah, you guys need to nail down names, looks, abilities, starting labels, and answers to your backstory questions, moves, any special pieces of the playbook, and then we'll do the introductions. And we need to get all of that done before Saint leaves, which hopefully we can get done before Saint leaves. I'm not putting any pressure on people who aren't done or may not be here at all, but we need to keep this rolling.
Yeah. It's fine.
And I know there's a specific question for each of you, but I might steal a second round of questions from the other playbooks too and throw them at you guys.
Nice. All right, my mentor has a name.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Alrighty, so we're running out of time. I need everybody to... I'm just saying this since you came back. I need everybody to like pick up the pace so that we can get to the team building stuff.
One of my moves is mild-mannered. I can just try to be a normal person and get through just being normal.
Yeah, just fake it till you make it. Or, you know, you're out of your costume, so you're like, shit, I can't let them know I'm a superhero.
Pretty much, but yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm also gonna take, because this one seems very fitting, the "I'll save you." You're willing to pay high costs to keep your loved one safe. Reveal your secret identity to someone watching, or mark a condition to defend a loved one as if you rolled a 12+.
Damn, look at that. Look at that auto succeeding on defend moves, but having to, you know, at a cost to yourself. Damn.
What's everyone's hero name?
We're gonna get to that whenever we finish this.
Yep.
I think.
Need folks to finish up.
Should I just go without? I can do that, right?
Depends on the playbook. I think Nova you just straight up can, because you're like, I don't have
Yeah.
another name. Yeah, real name if different for Nova.
Alright, so I
So,
got my
I'm done.
labels done. I got my moves picked. I got my powers. What else do I need?
Have you done your backstory questions?
No. All right, so I will do those.
Yeah, you got 5 of them. They're fun questions, and they definitely don't need to just terribly long. Oh, also, have you done your secret identity?
Not yet, but I'm looking forward to that.
Secret identity is the best, in my opinion, the best part of playing a Yanis.
Yeah, like I'm already like, oh my god, there's so much real world experience I'm about to draw on this.
There
What's
we
a
go.
label again?
Labels are basically your stats.
Yeah, and they will.
You
Free-
sound like you are underwater, Ark.
They
Why?
they will shift during the game.
Consistently.
So you will start with like a bevy of them. You will start with an array, but they will change throughout the game. Because adults and stuff want to tell you who you are and what you should be doing. You'd be like, fuck them.
Or, that's a good point.
I didn't think about that.
Huh.
Yeah.
What you
'Cause the
said makes sense.
The most classic one of somebody trying to, you know, tell you what you are is the villain being like, you know, we aren't so different, you and I. It's just like,
We're a lot alike, you and I.
What is potential?
That's
XP.
the
Experience.
What is advancements?
What you get
it's-
from experience.
Yeah, it's the things you get from it.
What you get from getting beat up?
Yes.
I will also encourage you to look through the book once we're done with creation.
I am.
Okay,
A lot of it I don't understand.
that's fine. I'm just encouraging you to read through it where it explains this.
I have it openly. I have it open now.
That's fine. Doodle-doodle-doodle. So how is everybody doing?
I'm done.
Sweet, so that's 2 down.
I'm almost done.
So what did you settle on, Shay?
Doom.
What?
Doom.
Doomed?
Yes.
Okay. That'll be neat. So you have a secret hideout of your own.
I don't know what to do for active moves and passive moves. Or influence over. Or
Sorry, run that by me again. What do you have questions on?
I'm trying to. I don't know what goes for active moves and passive moves.
Oh, if there's, when you look at the moves, some of the moves say, like, roll plus, like, superior or roll plus freak or whatever. Those ones go into active moves. All the other ones will go into passive moves. When you look at your playbook's moves.
Like I have 2 trade whatever from directly engage and shielding or defend. So I can use freak instead of those, instead of danger and savior.
So,
What move are you looking at?
I'm looking at the doomed. I don't see where it says what their moves are.
Should
Oh,
be
the-
right underneath the next
Yeah, the-
page down.
The Doomed has special stuff. So on their second page, you have your Doom, and their moves are based off of the their Doom sign, their Doom signs. You choose one. You choose one at the start. Like you start with either Dark Visions, Infinite Power, Burning Bright, or Bolstered. And you also have your Sanctuary, which is a little bit separate and might not necessarily go into moves. Just put that like in Biome Info or somewhere else.
Also, hello, Outro. I see you hiding out there. And that one guy. If you were still here, I missed you earlier.
Active move would be one of the doom signs.
If any of them say like roll plus whatever, then yes. Because the thing for this is a like more this is the character sheet on Roll20 rather than like a thing from Masks. What active moves allow you to do is they get to, like, you can choose. It'll allow you to just roll the label for that move, and it'll just say like, "Hey, you rolled whatever the move's called. Like you rolled from a different playbook. You rolled mild mannered, that kind of thing." You just put in for this. I think you would just put them in passive moves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like Ark put down for his active moves Shielding and Reality Storm. His passive moves are Snatch and Move.
So now instead of directly engage by using Danger, I directly engage by using Freak.
Yeah, if you choose to do so.
Should you choose to do so.
But consequences.
Yeah,
Because reasons.
because being a Nova.
All right,
Low
so
key.
I finished my backstory, and I got my secret identity stuff that I have to do. So I'm going to read them off because I like them. When did you first put on the mask, and why? I did it last year to protect those that need protecting.
Nice.
Why do you keep a secret identity? My moms would kill me if they found out I was a superhero. Who outside of the team knows about your dual identity? My friend from high school. Who thinks the worst of your masked identity? A blogger online who tries to get everyone against me. I don't know what I did to deserve it.
Nice.
Why do you care about the team? They make me feel like I have a place I belong when wearing my mask. And my secret identity is I'm a waitress, I have schoolwork, and I have close relatives, my mom, so that I have to spend a lot of time with.
Nice. Sounds great. Sounds great.
So then how does anyone do we have to enter all the basic moves?
No, you don't have to put any. You don't have to enter any of the basic moves into the character sheet. Just playbook moves.
Where did you write that stuff down, Rez?
I put it in my bio.
Oh, there we
or
go.
my
It updated now.
info.
It wasn't
Yeah,
showing
I just had to
before.
put it all in.
Gotcha.
Because all of the basic moves are going to be based on one of the normal labels. And there's only there's generally for the basic moves there's one move label.
Look, woman, white, boring.
Boring clothing, sir.
Nope, just boring.
Oof. Oof. Yeah, I think the only move that has, or the only, there, mundane and superior both have 2 moves.
I know what I did, and I have no regrets.
What'd you do?
Nothing.
What'd you do?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
I'm already worried.
Don't worry, it's great.
All right. Well, there's nothing I can do about it. So.
No, there's nothing you can do about it.
Great.
I completely missed it. What happened?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just go ahead and leave that there. When it's found, it'll be hilarious.
I know. Just tell me.
I don't understand what's happening.
It's fine.
Freaking roll 20.
It'll come up eventually.
Roll 20.
Roll 20. All right. So you got what?
Tell me or I'll stab you.
You got
Whoa,
what?
damn.
Another 20 minutes.
Yeah, I got 20 minutes.
All right. How far along are you, Shay?
I just need to enter all the stuff that has no place for it to go and
Do
the
you-
name.
Okay. Do you have your actual character information down?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna move on then because I need to get the important stuff wrapped up before Saint leaves. So, we've got a couple of fun super related questions. First things first, I have 4 potential villains that you guys could have, because the important thing for this is you guys are already an established team. So there are 4 villains that you guys could have had for your first big bust. And so I'm going to go ahead and reveal them for you, and you guys decide which one you wanted to take down. Tell me which one seems interesting, and then I'll provide some information for them. Or I can provide information for all of them, I guess, and then you guys can decide.
Ooh, they have... Whoa. Look at the... Oh. I love how they're, like, really intense ones, and then there's just a guy in a suit.
Yeah. There's a good plethora of them, because they have gold, silver, bronze, and modern age ones, and I could have picked some more modern ones for you guys to pick, but they all kind of had like meme-worthy and a little too on-the-nose type names, and I figured if you guys took down like an established person, you might feel a little better.
Mm-hmm.
But then I also found the troll, and I had to include him.
Let's take out random guy in a suit.
I'm partial to the Spider or Professor Spectre. I fully expect that the Spider is some like criminal boss or something like that, because that's definitely his look.
I mean, he's got that fist though.
Yeah, he's got that fist.
That's him pistol rage.
He's gonna just like...
I know Rez wants to pick the Spider.
I want to destroy that man.
Oh, look at the eyes. He's powering up.
Does everybody want to do the Spider? Because I'm down for this. What's like the Spider's like moveset or whatever?
What's the Spider's deal?
Yeah.
Let me pull that up for you. I can tell you what the Spider's deal is. If I remember.
His deal is that he's a Blades in the Dark character that got lost in masks. It's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing. He just got lost along the way.
He doesn't look like a Blades character, to be fair.
I gotta play that at some point.
Oh, okay, I get it. The blogger has a name now. I got it.
There it is.
This is why you name all your backstory characters, because otherwise the GM will.
I will also take audience submissions for names.
Is it
Ray Rona Ramison?
No.
No, it's Beep Rono Brunson.
Alright. So, the Spider is a Bronze Generation hero. And I won't give too much away, but his background is the Spider is Halcyon City preeminent crime boss. His networks span the entire width and breadth of the city. He knows everything of importance that goes on here, and his reach is nearly inescapable. He's the city's secret criminal king, and he likes his privacy.
He's a literal Blades character.
Literal Blades character. So,
yeah, let's take down a crime boss. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a good first one.
You guys had a nice rough and tumble with the Spider. So let's go ahead and plop these guys away. Yeah, I like that one of the other options was a literal like Nazi robot.
Yeah.
There are
a lot of very good ones.
It's like right. There's just Nazi robot, or they called him the Gear Master, and it's like he's just a guy who's really into gears. He's just Gear Man from Rick and Morty. The Gears War.
I fully expect that one of the Spider's powers is just to summon random thugs.
I actually had to make sure it wasn't he summons random spiders, so that he could be like a legitimate threat to you guys without freaking Rez out, because he has severe arachnophobia. And I was like, oh, he's just the Kingpin. This will be fine. It's like he's a metaphorical spider, like Game of Thrones. Okay.
Yeah, he has a spider tattoo and everything, and he just has lots of spider puns, but like he doesn't actually do anything with spiders.
Yeah, he says,
well, that's good.
And he's Hispanic, so he has like that nice thick Venezuelan accent, and he's like, "So, I have caught you in my web this time. Arena,
Good.
there is no escape for you." He's
Love
also,
it.
he's also
I
secretly
have-
your father.
Yeah,
I know.
What?
No, probably not. I don't think. No, you're still Persian, right?
I'm still Persian.
Yeah, you just took Brazilian dance fighting, so he probably like takes a special umbrage to you being an upstart with no real Brazilian heritage. He's like, "How dare you use capoeira against me?" And the two of you just capoeira twirl kick at each other for. All right, but seriously,
I don't know what's going on, but this is pretty rad.
yeah, it's like the Revenge of the Sith lightsaber twirl, but it's just the two of you kicking at each other.
Or it's like that scene in Shaolin Soccer where they just start fucking spinning around doing kicks for no reason.
Yes, exactly that. It's gonna be great.
I love that movie.
So,
Right.
do you want us to do the
Yeah, tell me about your characters first, and
Alright.
then we'll do the cool, like, here's the things that happen.
Sure. I'll start. My character's name, her hero name is Arena. Her real name is Parisa Zarkan. She's a 17-year-old Persian woman. It's athletic body. She usually, like, when she's not in her, like, her mech suit, she's wearing, like, a school uniform because she goes to, like, a prep school. She shares powerful armor with her mentor, whose name is Steel Gunner. Real name Shinobu Arrington. They're they them. And her own ability is that she has power mimicry. She modified her mech suit so it has hard light emitters. So she can, like, kind of do the Green Lantern thing of, like, hey, you have a minigun? Now I have a minigun. That kind of
Nice.
thing. And her mentor was more like War Machine, where she's like
I actually
like,
have a minigun.
yeah, I actually have a minigun. Yeah, that kind of thing. She met him at a martial arts competition that he went and watched. He took, like, when she was 14, took him aside, just being like, hey, I need a successor, and I think you should be that successor. And so, yeah, I've been working with him for 3-ish years. The other person who knows about my training with Steel Gunner is Diego Alves, who's my capoeira instructor. And yeah, I also have a secret base with security systems, communicators, and some simple robots who help out and to rebuild my mech if it gets destroyed.
And that's the he outfits you guys with one. He's just like, you're forming a team, so let me help get you started.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a base. I'm sure I'll describe the actual base at some point. But
Yeah, we can work
that's-
that out over the week.
Yeah, and I care about the team because they get me away from my mentor.
Aw.
Daz the protege. Rena.
Alrighty. Liam, since you were done next, why don't you go?
Alright, I am playing Liam Taylor, white male Nova. He wears very casual clothing, jeans, sneakers, t-shirt, hoodie, that kind of thing. His costume is more uniform, very simple, rather than colorful or flashy. He has telekinesis and telepathic abilities. The first time he used his powers were to protect his little brother from into him, using his shielding abilities.
From a what?
Car crash.
Oh, okay.
As I tried to, using my powers to try to help other people, instead I tried to use the telekinesis to stop one of them. I accidentally launched them.
And killed them? No, probably
What
just
was that?
severely injured. I was just like, and killed them? No, probably just really injured. Okay, continue.
Yeah, it's the first time I hurt someone using the powers.
And it felt good.
Now we're heroes, remember?
That's true.
We have to be somewhat heroic.
You should be very heroic. Next. Continue on.
I was hoping to get a name before I got to this point, but I have not come up with one. Who outside the team helps keep your powers in check? I met a scientist who's been helping me try to figure out where the powers came from and how to help me control them. Why do you continue to use your powers? And Liam uses his powers to try to help defend the innocence of Halcyon.
Sing.
Why do you care about the team? Liam believes that they're good people, and he wants to help them and the city.
Alrighty. Between the two of you, who's more finished?
I just need a name, but I'm working on that. So, alright, I'm just gonna hit this random number, this random name generator 5 times of whatever I like most. I'm going with.
Alrighty.
Okay, that's taking forever. I'm going with Amelia. Amelia, yes. She goes by Amy for short.
Mm-hmm. Amelia, Amy. Alright.
So, Amelia LaRussio, is that how it's pronounced?
La Rusio. Yep.
LaRussio, daughter of Rindis LaRussio, and Lucinda LaRussio prefers to go by Lucy.
Aw. References.
She references. She is a hero that prefers to wear a mask because people knowing her identity is bad because, for one, that just brings trouble back home. Do you hear what happened to that Sam kid? That was pretty fucked up. He died.
He died. We can't have that.
So she tries to balance life as a super between, doing the heroics, but she has a job and her moms expect her to be home and doing her homework and spending time together. So she has to balance all of that stuff. And there's this really annoying person online that tries to paint everything she does in such a bad light. And she's a real bitch.
Yeah? What's their name?
Their name is Bay Bruno Brunson, which I imagine is a reference that I'm not understanding.
Hmm.
But I get what the reference is too.
She's got this really awful, lesbian haircut that's just kind of uniform. It distinguishes them as just...
I imagine very short hair, hipster glasses, just very unpleasant person. Not that hipsters aren't pleasant. Never mind. Moving on.
Moving on.
So what else should I say? I have supernatural senses, which come in the form of kind of a danger sense or a spider sense, because that's basically what the reference was. And I have impossible mobility. I am really good at parkour. Like, if you need her to go somewhere, she will get there no matter what is in her way, and she'll do it acrobatically and awesome.
Nice. Alrighty. Because we're on a time
Oh,
crunch.
and sorry,
Oh, go ahead.
I'll just wrap up. So the difference between my mundane life and my mask is when I put the mask on, I embody being a savior. I am here to defend my friends and people in need. So whenever I put my mask on, my mundane stat shifts over into my savior stat.
Nice. All right, and last but not least is Shay. So tell us about Zoe.
I'm really strong, really fast, and can manipulate life from other people. And I learned of my doom pretty early because growing up is kind of like people were scared and disliked me, and I didn't have much friends or any friends except maybe a cat because cats are cool.
Okay, I know what doom I'm using.
What?
Nothing. You're good.
I don't like it when you do that.
Olwen shows up.
Oh God, that's even better. No,
I mean,
I'm just
Zoe-
gonna use cat. I'm just gonna use the cat.
But
This is
Zoe
fine.
gets to decide what her nemesis is.
That's fair.
So.
So what is Zoe's nemesis? So...
Yeah, I don't want to kill a cat, so
Oh, you didn't.
Well,
you didn't read the cat from yesterday that I posted. One of the villains is just a cat.
It's not just a cat. That's
It's
the
a
joke.
fucking Eldritch Nightmare, and it's awesome. Here, I'll just link it again because it's such gold. Continue though. We have very little time.
if you want to make the Eldritch Nightmare something else, but don't.
No,
make it something-
it's your choice. You get to decide what it is.
Yeah, you get to make your. You don't have to decide right now, but you get to decide what your nemesis is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, I learned about it early on, and people were just afraid and scorned me. So I would later find out that I was born just to like a single person, like there was no other parent. So it's kind of like that whole like Virgin Mary motif. Except I'm like a dark version of it, so I'm like going for that sort of deal. And then where did I find my sanctuary? I haven't really figured that out yet. I'm gonna probably say it's like off. You know what? I'm changing it. It's gonna be like out in the woods somewhere.
Okay.
Because I like trees. So there's a tree. Nice tree place. And I oppose my nemesis because I don't want to be a herald or slave to their machinations.
Cool.
Because I'm supposed to be like some incarnate like Antichrist sort of deal, and I don't want to be that. So, and then team matters to me because they're not total jerks and didn't throw stuff at me. So, they stick around, I guess. I haven't quite figured out who outside the team is crucial because I don't know.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna jump us over to the important questions now because we are down to like 5 minutes. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mm-hmm. All right. So, where did it go? I lost it. Done goofed.
When our team first
Fuck.
came
Where the
together.
hell did it go? I had it pulled aside.
Are you looking for the order they're supposed to be in? Because I have the GM sheet as well.
I can do the GM sheet. Okay. So the order goes Nova. When you all confronted the spider, you destroyed your surroundings in the fight. Where did this fight happen, and what did you destroy?
I imagine that it happened in one of these spiders, since he's a kingpin, right?
Mm-hmm.
I imagine that it was happening in like one of his towers or something like that.
We blow up a high rise? Is that what
You blew up his skyscraper?
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine that I probably ended up using ended up like pulling down a major support or something like that.
Okay.
Needed you at a 5. You went to 20.
That's a Nova.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so what was it and what did you destroy? So you blew up. And I mean, you blew up the surrounding area too, so keep in mind that there's a lot of collateral damage that came with that. So we don't have an outsider anymore. Janice, you all saved the life of someone important, either to the city or to you as a group. Who was it, and why are they important?
I want to say we saved the mayor's daughter that the spider was trying to leverage on the mayor.
Mm-hmm.
That's the person who's crucial to defeating the nemesis.
Well, there we go.
Okay. So you rescued the mayor's daughter. And then Doomed. You paid a high cost for victory. What was the cost? Other than dropping a skyscraper.
And all of these questions are we questions, so it is like what did we as a team do?
I think I saw was a, while it's a group question, that individual is the only one that gets to answer it.
Oh, well there you go.
Because that's why it's posed specifically to them. Like, it is a, this is what our team did, but like that person is deciding for the group what it is, and you guys have to roll with that.
Perfect.
I'm open to suggestions.
No, this is your choice.
Yeah, I get to choose, but I can take suggestions.
Defeats the purpose, but if you want to go that route.
Alright.
I mean, probably something relating to your doom, or relating to the spider, I would imagine. So, no, that's not like super specific, but...
Yeah, I mean, the point is to be piggybacking off of the previous answers, so...
We're also running out of time, so let's not be such a stickler on that.
I just want an answer.
I know.
Like,
I got you.
So you've got stuff to work with. They dropped a whole skyscraper.
And we saved the mayor's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
What did we have to do to save her, I guess? Other than dropping the building.
Well, it was a cost for I mean, it could even just be a monetary cost. But
He got away.
But we gotta get an answer.
It revealed a... It revealed a... I don't know, some kind of site of power that drew the interest of another villain. Because it was
Okay.
uncovered.
So, knocking over the building, something was found, and it's attracted the attention of other villains.
Yeah, something dangerous.
Something dangerous. I can work with that. Okay.
Or even better, something got loose.
Something dangerous was found and released. I like it. That's good. That's workable. That's very workable. So then with that one, Protege, you stuck together after all was said and done. Why? How did you keep in contact?
We stuck together because it wasn't over. The spider was still out there, and now we had this additional threat. And, we worked well together, so why not stay together? Arena, like, my mentor had given me those communicators, and I was like, hey, these are the perfect people to do it with. Like, If not us, who? So we kept in contact that way. Arena went out of her way to go and talk to the rest of the team.
So what I got from you was, it's not over. The spider escaped the confrontation, and a new threat got released. And so you all stayed together through your contact with your mentor.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And with that, I actually have to go.
Yeah,
So
that's good. This is all good. I'll type this up for you guys so you guys have it as a reference too. Over the week, we'll still be talking more and figuring this stuff out to kind of flesh it out better.
Yeah, because I have 2 questions that I have to answer that have to relate to you guys.
Well, yeah, you guys have stuff that relates to you guys, and you also have to do the influence stuff still. You guys have to designate who has influence over you and all of that.
And the relationships.
Yep. So you guys got to. We still have to nail all of that down. We're just out of time now.
Yep, it's fine.
No,
we'll get it before.
Yeah,
we'll get it before next week.
We've got time. We've got a whole week. I'll find another day for us all to sit together, and we can do it without streaming. But we'll talk in person and get this all nailed down together.
Yeah.
All right. And so I'm going to wrap up stream, and I'm going to find someone to throw these 6 wonderful people at.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Okay,
I think I'm just going to throw in that outro, so you can use the attention. Because he's doing Shin Megami. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I played him in Magic earlier.
Did you win? Did you kick his butt?
No, he beat me twice. And then the last game, he beat me twice. I beat him twice. And the last game we played got insane because neither one of us could hit the other for any sort of significant damage. And